Welcome to Summit After the Storm podcast, episode 4, What Sports Teach Us About the Storm. I am Bart Wilbanks, and sports have a way of teaching lessons that we don't always notice in the moment. There's winning, there's losing, pressure, mistakes. Long before there's boardrooms, deadlines, or even titles, many of us learn how to handle adversity on fields, on courts, and on sidelines. Today's episode is a little bit lighter and a lot more fun, hopefully. I'm sitting down with my 11-year-old stepson to talk about sports. No stats, no trophies, not championships, but what sports teach us about effort, resilience, leadership, and how we respond when things don't exactly go our way. Because whether it's business, leadership, faith, or life, storms show up everywhere, even between the lines. All right, buddy, thanks for helping me with this episode. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, can you tell everyone out there your name and how old you are?
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead. Hi, my name is Noah, and I am 11 and a half.
All right, Noah. And what sports do you play?
I play basketball and baseball and football.
Okay. An important question. What is your favorite sport to watch on TV?
Football.
Who is the coolest athlete ever and why?
Trinidad Chandler's because he's cool, and I would really like to meet him, but I want to be a QB for Ole Miss, so that's why he's so cool. And yeah.
Yeah, and which feels better, winning or just playing really well?
Just in my opinion, playing really well.
That's a good answer. Honestly, I thought you were going to say winning. What's harder, losing a close game or losing by a lot?
Losing by a close game.
And what do you think makes someone a good loser?
Whenever they show sportsmanship after they lose the game.
And what sportsmanship look like, Noah?
Like saying great job whenever your team loses to the other team, and you say you did great, you got the job, but we didn't.
So what makes someone a bad winner?
Whenever they try to pay off the refs. That's just kind of stupid in my opinion. No one should ever do that.
So how does it feel when everyone's watching you play?
It makes me feel happy seeing my friends watching me, but I also feel a little bit nervous because sometimes I'll make a mistake, and then I kind of get embarrassed, so...
What do you think is the biggest mistake that you remember making in an actual game of any kind?
So the biggest mistake I've ever made was when I was pitching and the count was 3-2. I hit the batter. I felt really bad because I didn't mean to hit the batter.
What did you want to do after that happened?
I wanted to keep playing and get my mind off of it.
What helped you keep going?
One of my teammates came up to me and said, you'll get it next time and other stuff. So that's what made me keep going.
Yeah, and I bet you never forget that teammate that encouraged you in that moment when you needed it the most, right?
Yeah. Can I shout out his name?
Sure.
His name is Jack Abernethy.
So, when you hear the word storm, what do you think of in sports?
You're either going to get beat the crap by the other team.
Okay. And, thinking of storm as like hardships or things that could go bad, like, maybe you're getting beat by 15 runs in baseball or something. When you see those kinds of storms that are, have you ever wanted to quit during a game or a season because things were going so badly?
No, I want to keep playing and play my best whenever my team's losing. I'll do everything I can to make my team win.
What makes a coach really good?
They help you learn the sport, and I play football and I didn't even know how to play it. But whenever I got coached in time, I knew how to play it.
Have you ever had a bad coach?
I have had a bad coach before, and he would make us run laps around the whole entire field if we lost the game.
Ouch. How do your teammates show leadership, even if they're not necessarily the best player on the team, how do you think they can show leadership, Noah?
If one of our players make a basket, they say, "Great job," and then they give them a high five and show leadership. So
There you go.
I do that too. So it's like, it's all these sports combined are a team sport. So encourage yourself to do it.
Do you remember me talking about pole pole?
I do. I actually do.
It means slowly, right?
Yeah, I do.
So in sports, when does slowing down actually help you?
Slowing down is like whenever you are mad and you're upset and you just like wanna you just wanna burst out, but then you take a couple deep breaths like I do and then you're back in the game. And that's how that's how I don't get mad. So
Do you ever pray before or after your games?
I usually pray before we go to a game.
And what do you ask God for?
I ask
Winning or for fun or just to help you?
let the best team win and like make it fun for everybody out there. And so
I gotta say, you are a very, very sharp young man because when I was your age, I just prayed that we would win, if I'm being completely honest. So kudos to you. If you were naming this episode, for this podcast, what would you call it?
it's like, you know what, cool football 03.
That's a pretty cool name. I can see where you got the inspiration, Noah. Hey, thank you for helping me with this, Noah. I really love the conversation. Listening,
Yes.
listening to my stepson talk about sports reminded me of something simple and something important. Sports don't promise outcomes. You can practice hard, you can prepare well, you can give full effort, you can even pray to God that you win, and sometimes you still lose. Doesn't mean God didn't hear the prayer. That's a lesson many adults spend years trying to unlearn or avoid. Sports teach us early and often that effort and results aren't the same thing, that mistakes are part of growth, pressure reveals habits, and that character shows up clearly when the scoreboard doesn't go your way. Watching kids compete reminds me that leadership isn't about always winning. It's about how we respond, how we encourage, how we slow down when emotions run hot. Storms show up every game, really. And the lessons that sports teach us about resilience, humility, perseverance, the same lessons life keeps asking us to learn. Slowly, pole pole. Sports don't just prepare kids for competition. They prepare us for life. Thank you for listening to Summit After the Storm, and keep climbing. Pole pole.